Hey everybody, I'm back with another ACC predictions. I've done my team, Georgia Tech, and FSU so far, and I want to try to get all these done before the season. I'm going to do the ACC predictions at least. Everybody's doing SEC. I'm going to focus on ACC. I kind of want to make my content about ACC just because SEC is so overdone. Everybody talks about it. I don't mind talking about SEC at all, but I'm going to just prioritize ACC because, hey, I love ACC football. Doesn't get enough love on YouTube. So here we go. Today I'm going to be doing the Miami Hurricanes 2021 football schedule prediction. Let's just jump into this. I'm just not confident enough in Miami. I honestly think they're a little bit of a wild card. And what some Miami fans predicting them to go 10-2 or God forbid more, I feel like 10-2 is like their cap. I just don't know. I'm not convinced that they're consistent enough. They had a lot of really close wins last year against teams that at this level that Miami is thinking that they're going to be playing at, they shouldn't have had this close games with these teams. I am a bit weary on jumping on the Miami hype train. Honestly, I can be unbiased and impartial when it comes to pretty much any other team than Georgia. So they start out with Alabama. All right, Miami, you're not beating Alabama, and it is not going to be close. Alabama has a long history of beating down teams in week one of teams that are not what they used to be. It's been proven again and again. Nick Saban, with enough time, is unbeatable. I don't care how much they lost. Everybody knows Alabama reloads. They don't, rebuild. Alabama is going to win this game in Atlanta for some reason, and it's not going to be close. I'm sorry. A lot of Miami fans have confidence that they can beat Alabama. That's just insane to me. All right. Then, though, you get App State at home, and I think that could be a win. Now, this is not by any means an easy win, okay? App State is like one of the best 2 or 3 teams in the Sun Belt. If you're not careful, they can come up in here after you lose to Alabama and catch you slipping. And, you can't take App State lightly is what I'm trying to say. They're not a group of 5 team that is to be messed with. Just ask Michigan. And speaking of Michigan, you get Michigan State next. They're bad. That might be an easier game than App State, to be honest. Michigan State's pretty bad lately, so I give you another win. Listen, Miami's got to win these games that they're supposed to win, and I give you these wins against these 2 teams here. You should easily beat them. They're both at home. If you can't beat these guys, you're in for a rough season. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Assume you win these first 2 games. Then you get something at home. Don't even know what this is. Easy win. Some FCS team. Okay, then you get Virginia at home. Long stretch of home games here. That's 4 home games in a row, which is not exactly home for you guys because you have to travel to Hard Rock Stadium. So pretty much 4 road games in a row for you guys. And then you get Virginia at home. I think you can beat Virginia. This might honestly, besides the Alabama game, be your first real test. I know I said App State's good, but, it's Power 5 football, and Miami is pretty talented. So just based on talent alone, they should be able to handle App State. But as for Virginia, this could easily be a loss. Virginia's not a bad team. They're going to have a good year this year, I think. Bronco Mendenhall's a pretty good coach. I gave you the benefit of the doubt here, but I could easily see it swinging the other way. But I got you headed into your bye week at 4-1, which is pretty good. I don't think Miami will be a bad team. I just am not. You'll see in the back half of the schedule, I got you catching a couple L's. So your first one comes with North Carolina after your bye week. On the road, I don't care that you get a bye week. Look what North Carolina did to you last year, man. North Carolina is winning the Coastal, and you can't convince me otherwise. They're going to be really good, and they're going to play really well in their top games. Now, they might slip up and lose a game that they shouldn't. they do that too. What ACC team doesn't, to be honest, besides Clemson? Yes, so I do think North Carolina slips up at some point. Maybe you got a chip on your shoulder from last year and managed to pull this off on the road after your bye week. The bye week certainly does help. I just, with what they did to you last year, I just can't. They're just proven to be leagues better than you. And this is what happens when Miami plays the big games, okay? They are good. They've been improving themselves, but the teams that they should beat, they barely beat last year. And the teams that they, were supposedly on the level of, they got absolutely blown out. And I just don't know if they're going to be able to close that gap. You might want to start out by having a close game against UNC. They're not unbeatable by any means. It's important that you at least show up for the game because this will decide the Coastal, to be honest. I mean, you got Pitt, but, you got Pitt swimming around in there. But let's be honest, Pitt's not going to be able to be consistently good and win the Coastal, I don't think. So it's UNC. This game right here determines it. And I think Miami loses it. Then you get NC State at home. I have this as a loss. Last year you barely beat NC State. This could be a win. It could be. Maybe swap it for Virginia. But listen, I just think that Miami drops one of these games. I don't think that they beat all the teams that they're supposed to beat. You're coming right off of a loss, in my opinion, to North Carolina. And, NC State's no pushover. They're going to be pretty good. They got a lot returning this year. I think they'll have a good season too. And I think they might be looking at this game that they barely lost last year and come back and win it. That's what I think. Are you capable of winning this game? Yes, you are. I just don't think you will. Next is on the road at Pitt. Okay, I've got you winning this game. Pitt is going to be good this year. As much as I hate to say it, Pitt's going to be good. This game would determine who is second best in the Coastal. I think Miami is the second best in the Coastal. And Pitt, don't try to tell me, come on here and tell me that Pitt, Heinz Field is like a hard place to play. I found this freaking graphic that shows it's the quietest stadium in all college football. They got to rent out the Steelers stadium. It's just sad. Pitt's not known for their home field advantage. They can't get their fans to show up. So, talking purely football here, and purely football, Miami's more talented. I know Pitt's pretty strong on the defensive side, but I think if De'Aaron King can stay healthy, man, Miami have a pretty good offense. Their defense, not so much, but it's not like Pitt's a offensive powerhouse anyway. So, I think you can pull it off against Pitt and grab the second and the Coastal spot. Okay, then. Listen, I don't like frickin' Miami, but look, I got you beating my Jackets. I already discussed this in my Jackets prediction video. I don't know. It's been 2 years since we played, so maybe forgotten about it, but we actually have a 2-game winning streak against you guys. In my mind, I would have this game circled of one that I really want to win. You'll definitely be more talented than us. We're recovering from the triple option and getting hit with COVID still, trying to kind of figure out ourselves. So, yeah, I think you win against us at home is also an advantage to you, which Miami, not exactly the best home field advantage either. But at this point, I've got you going 5-3. Maybe you can get your fans to show up at this point after a big win against Pitt. Anyway, I think you can beat my Jackets. Hey, on that 2-game winning streak, though, don't slip up or we might catch you sleeping. All right, but I give you guys a win against my Jackets. Moving on to Florida State. If you saw my FSU video, I got you losing to Florida State. You've had them beat 4 years in a row. Is it likely that you beat them? Yeah, it is. But, listen, I'm trying to think outside the box when I predict ACC. If there's anything I learned from ACC football, you can try to sit here and put it all in a box and think of what will happen, try to reason about things, Well, the ACC is an unreasonable conference. Things don't make sense here. Yeah, I know Florida State's young. I think they'll have a good year this year, and they're probably pretty pissed off that you keep beating them all the time. So I think Florida State can pull it off against you guys and get the win. You have to go to their stadium. Mike Orvell has got this team going crazy. It'll probably be a tough road game. They have a lot of excitement around their program right now, and it's going to be a very tough game for you to win. Yeah, I know you blew them out last year, but listen, I think it's going to be a different story this year. If you think you're going to roll up in here and get an easy win, which I'm imagining in my head is what will happen, you've got a pretty good streak going at this point, good record, and based on what you did last year to them, should be an easy win, right? I think Florida State will have a solid year. They'll be a bowl team. They could easily go 7-5. I had them going 6-6. I think they could easily go 7-5. But I don't feel like it's too high to take for this. It's a rivalry game. Anything can happen. This is my kind of unconventional pick for the Miami and FSU schedules, and I have a good amount more for the ACC. I just try to think outside the box with these things. I got a gut feeling like Florida State's going to pull it off. I hope they do because I like Florida State better than Miami, except when they steal our friggin' recruits, which they haven't yet. But anyway, I just got a feeling like Florida State can pull it off against you guys this year. Worry not, because I got you beating Virginia Tech. I'm super low on Virginia Tech. I think they suck. A lot of people think, that they're going to be competing for the Coastal. I just don't get it. They lose, their quarterback and a lot of their offense. Fuentes, I'm not a Fuente believer. I think he's got the program headed in the wrong direction. Y'all beat them by a hair last year. I think this year, hopefully, you'd like to beat them by a little more. These are the games you need to come out and start winning. I know it's towards the end of the year, but I can't have confidence in this Miami team unless I start seeing them win these games that they should by a lot more. And I know Virginia Tech's usually a good team, but they're on the downswing. You should be able to capitalize on that and get the win against them. Then you finish up the game on the road at Duke. Doesn't matter. Easy win. They suck. Duke is terrible. They're going to be awful this year. They lose too much. They're going through a huge change in their program, and they're going to be awful. So easy win for Miami. Y'all absolutely destroyed them last year. I got you guys finishing 8-4. I think 9-3 might be where you guys land. You're not beating Alabama. I don't think you beat UNC, and I think you pick up a loss on the road. And then Florida State was kind of my crazy pick, but I could easily see you guys losing to maybe even Virginia Tech or Virginia. The Pitt game could go either way. I think Pitt's not going to be easy. Of course, I had you guys winning that game. I think 8-4 or 9-3 is where you guys are going to land this season. 9-3 if you're lucky. Of course, the wheels could fall off and you guys could get 5 wins or 6. I don't know. I doubt that. You guys are pretty talented. I just don't have the confidence in Miami to pull off a 10-2 season. That's probably their ceiling, though. Listen, I don't think that they're as good as everybody is hyping them up to be. Their fans are nuts. They'll have a good season, maybe, but, they've had good seasons in the past and crap their pants the directly season after. And last year was a good season. It was an 8-win season. So they could, crap their pants and get worse. They could take another step up. I think they stay the same. That's my Miami prediction for this season. I don't feel like I did you guys dirty. You guys are definitely headed in the right direction. I just think some fans are getting a little bit ahead of themselves now. I get it. You've been bad for a little while, and you're starting to get good again. You're freaking out. I get it. I'm going through the same thing a little bit, although I haven't had nearly the success that you guys have had. So I guess I get it, even though your freaking Hurricanes are annoying. But listen, I think Miami's headed in the right direction. They're going to be all right. 8-4 is a great season. Your schedule is pretty favorable. I think you guys will have a pretty decent year. All right? Thanks for watching, you guys. And I'll see you next time.